Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got an exciting topic that could change the way you look at your spare change forever. You might want to dig through your old coins after hearing this. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of a coin that most people would pass by without a second thought, the 2000 D 1 cent coin. It might sound like just another penny, but what if I told you this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth big money, like $10 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Stick around, because you won't want to miss this. Let's start with the basics. The 2000 D 1 cent coin is part of the regular series of pennies minted by the U.S. Mint. The D on the coin stands for the Denver Mint, one of the U.S. Mint's facilities responsible for producing coins. This coin was released as part of the regular circulation, and it looked like any other penny you would find in your pocket. As you can see, the obverse features Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that's been on the penny since 1909. And on the reverse, we have the familiar image of the Lincoln Memorial. Nothing too special, right? But here's where things get interesting. Here's where the real value comes in. Not all 2000 D pennies are created equal. Some of them have an incredibly rare error, a mistake that can make them worth tens of thousands of dollars, and in some cases, even millions. What we're talking about here is called a doubled die error. This occurs during the minting process when the die used to stamp the design onto the coin gets misaligned or shifts slightly. As a result, the design is stamped more than once, creating a doubled effect, especially on the date and lettering of the coin. It might look subtle at first, but trust me, collectors know exactly what they're looking for. You can see it in the date, especially the 2 and the 0. If you look closely, you'll notice that the numbers are doubled. This is a very rare error, and coins like these are highly sought after by collectors. Now, here's the million-dollar question: how much is this coin worth? Well, the price of a 2000 D doubled die penny can vary greatly depending on its condition. Some of these coins have sold for thousands of dollars, especially if they're in mint condition. But here's where it gets crazy: certain examples of this coin have sold for upwards of $10 million. Yes, you heard that right, $10 million. A coin that you could find in your pocket, or in your change drawer, might just be sitting on a fortune. But, of course, not all 2000 D pennies are worth this much. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. So, what makes these 2000 D pennies so special? Well, rarity is a big factor. The U.S. Mint only produced a small number of these doubled die errors, so they're extremely hard to find. Plus, the error itself isn't something you would typically spot unless you know what you're looking for. Take a close look here. The doubled effect on the numbers is subtle but noticeable if you know where to look. This doubling occurs in the design of the coin itself, meaning that the die that struck the coin was misaligned. Coins like these are often sent to collectors who specialize in error coins, which is why the value can skyrocket. Now, if you want to check if you have one of these rare coins, there are a few things to look for. First, examine the date carefully. The doubling usually appears on the numbers 2000, particularly the 2 and 0. If you see the letters or numbers with a clear shadow or offset, you might be holding a valuable penny. Here you can see the doubling effect on the top of the 2, the bottom of the 2, and the 0. These are all signs of a doubled die error. If you find one of these, it's definitely worth taking to an expert to confirm its authenticity. Once you've identified a potential doubled die penny, what do you do next? The first step is to have it appraised by a professional. There are coin grading services that can authenticate and assign a grade to your coin based on its condition. Coins in better condition, especially those with sharp, clear doubling, will fetch a higher price. You can contact professional services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, for a detailed analysis. Once the coin is graded and authenticated, you can look into selling it at an auction or through a reputable coin dealer. So, there you have it, the 2000 D 1-cent coin, a seemingly ordinary penny, might just be sitting in your pocket, ready to turn into a $10 million treasure if it's one of those rare double die errors. Of course, not every 2000 D penny is worth that much, but even a single coin could change your financial future. If you have a 2000 D penny or any other interesting coins, take a closer look. You might just have a fortune hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more awesome content, and let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin. Who knows, you might just be the next big coin collector. See you next time, coin hunters. Next. Today, we've got a fascinating story that might make you look at your spare change a little differently. We're talking about a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, the 1989 US 1-cent coin. But, if you've got the right version of this penny, it could be worth a whopping $38 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Stick around as we uncover the history, rarity, and insane value of the 1989 1-cent coin. This might just be the most valuable penny you never knew about. Let's kick things off by talking about the 1989 1-cent coin, which is a part of the regular series of US pennies. Like most pennies, it features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that's been around since 1909. It also has the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that graced US pennies from 1959 to 2008. This penny was struck at the US Mint in both Philadelphia and Denver, and like millions of other pennies, it went into circulation for everyday use. But what makes this specific year in coin so special, and why are some versions of the 1989 1-cent penny considered so rare and valuable? Here's where the story takes an interesting turn. You see, not all 1989 1-cent coins are created equal. There's a rare version of this coin that has an error, a double strike. This is a minting mistake that occurs when the coin is struck by the press more than once, resulting in a coin with overlapping images. If you happen to have one of these rare double-struck pennies, you're holding a piece of numismatic history that could be worth a fortune. As you can see, the design on the coin isn't just clear, it's doubled. This double strike happens when a coin is fed back into the minting press before it's fully released, and the die strikes the coin a second time. The result is this beautiful overlapping pattern of the design. So, why is this error so valuable? The answer lies in rarity. Mistakes like these don't happen every day, and even fewer survive in good condition. A double-struck penny isn't something you'll find in every pocket or coin roll. These coins are incredibly rare, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar to own one. While most 1989 pennies are worth just 1 cent, a double-struck version can easily fetch tens of thousands of dollars. But here's where it gets even crazier, the most valuable 1989 double-struck pennies have sold for up to $38 million. Yes, you heard that right. The price can skyrocket depending on the condition of the coin, the clarity of the double strike, and the provenance, meaning how well the coin's history is documented. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if you found one of these rare double-struck pennies? Well, it's all about the details. First, check the date. In a double-struck coin, the numbers of the year, in this case, 1989, will appear twice. One set of numbers will be slightly offset, creating a shadow or duplicate image. Pay close attention to the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse as well. The columns and details will be doubled in the same way. Here's a closer look. As you can see, the doubling is clearly visible on the date and on the lettering. If you spot this kind of error, you might have a rare and valuable coin in your hands. While the double-struck 1989 penny is by far the most famous and valuable, there are other rare varieties and errors from the 1989 coin series that are worth noting. For example, some 1989 pennies have been found with misprints or partial strikes, where the design is only partially visible. These coins may not fetch as much as the double-struck versions, but they're still valuable to collectors. Coins with partial strikes can be valuable because they are unique and showcase the imperfections in the minting process. They can be harder to find than regular 1989 pennies, and collectors often seek them out because they represent a specific moment in the minting process. Let's say you think you found a rare 1989 double-struck penny or another valuable version. What's your next step? The first thing you should do is get the coin appraised. There are professional grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, that can authenticate and grade your coin. The grade is crucial because it determines the coin's market value. Coins that are well preserved, with clear and sharp doubling, will fetch higher prices. After getting the coin authenticated and graded, you can decide whether to sell it at auction or through a trusted dealer. So, why would someone pay millions of dollars for a 1989 penny? The answer lies in the world of numismatics. Collectors are constantly seeking rare and unique coins, especially those with historical significance or minting errors. Coins like the double-struck 1989 penny aren't just money, they're pieces of art and history. Imagine owning a coin that not only has significant historical value but also represents a unique mistake in the production process. That rarity and uniqueness are what drive prices into the millions. Collectors value the scarcity and the story behind these coins, which is why they're willing to invest so heavily. So, there you have it, the 1989 1-cent coin. It may look like just another penny, but with the right error, it could be worth up to $38 million. If you've got one of these rare double-struck pennies, or even one with a different minting error, you might just be holding onto a treasure. Thanks for watching today's video. If you've got a 1989 penny or any other rare coins lying around, it might be time to take a closer look. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you've ever found a valuable coin. Who knows, you might be sitting on a goldmine. Until next time, happy hunting, see you in the next video. Last. Today, we have an unbelievable story about a coin you would probably pass by without a second thought. We're talking about the 1997 1-cent coin, also known as the penny. While most of us see pennies as nothing more than spare change, today, we're going to reveal how one of these pennies could be worth a staggering $70 million. Yes, you heard that right, $70 million. Stick around to find out why this penny, from a year you'd never expect, could change your life. Let's start with the basics. The 1997 1-cent coin is part of the regular series of pennies produced by the U.S. Mint. It features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has been on the penny since 1909. On the reverse, we have the image of the Lincoln Memorial, which was featured on pennies from 1959 until 2008. As you can see, this coin seems pretty ordinary at first glance, right? It's one of the billions of pennies minted by the U.S. Mint each year. But here's where things get interesting. There's a rare version of this coin that's worth millions, potentially up to $70 million. Now, before you start searching through your piggy bank, let me explain what makes the 1997 1-cent coin so valuable. You see, it's not just any 1997 penny, it's the error versions that are incredibly rare and valuable. The specific error we're talking about is called an off-center strike. This happens when the penny is struck by the minting press, but it isn't aligned properly. As a result, the design on the coin isn't centered, and part of the coin's surface is blank. This is a minting error that happens very rarely, and it makes the coin highly collectible and valuable. So, why is this error worth so much? First, let's talk about rarity. Off-center pennies are extremely hard to find. The U.S. Mint produces billions of pennies each year, But errors like this happen in such small quantities that only a handful of off-center 1997 pennies have ever been discovered. The reason these off-center pennies are so valuable is simple: rarity and uniqueness. Coins that are misstruck in this way are considered mistakes, but they're also incredibly sought after by collectors. When a mistake happens in the minting process, it creates a piece of history. And because only a few of these rare pennies exist, collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. Here's the real kicker: some of these off-center 1997 pennies have been valued at $70 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. Coins like these can fetch jaw-dropping prices at auctions, depending on their condition and rarity. So, what makes them worth so much? First, the condition of the coin is a major factor. Coins that are in good shape, with minimal wear and a clear off-center strike, are worth much more. But it's not just the quality of the coin that makes it valuable, it's also the fact that these errors are so rare. In some cases, only a few known examples of an off-center 1997 penny exist, and the demand from collectors is so high that these coins can skyrocket in value. Just imagine, finding a coin like this in your pocket change or your old coin jar could make you a millionaire. Who would have thought that something as simple as a penny could be worth so much? Okay, so let's say you've got a bunch of 1997 pennies sitting around, and you think you might have found one of these rare off-center coins. How can you tell if it's the real deal? Well, here are a few things to look for. First, take a close look at the date. In an off-center strike, the date will be incomplete, shifted, or partially missing. The design on the coin will not be aligned properly, so parts of Lincoln's portrait or the Lincoln Memorial might be cut off or appear off to the side. It's important to examine both the obverse and the reverse sides carefully. An off-center penny will usually have a portion of the coin that is blank, no design at all. The extent of the off-center strike varies, but the more misaligned the coin, the more valuable it could be. If you see this kind of mistake, you may have just stumbled upon a rare error. Now, let's say you think you found an off-center 1997 penny. What's your next step? You'll want to get it appraised by a professional. The first thing you should do is send it to a certified coin grading service. Services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can authenticate and grade your coin. These services will assess the quality, condition, and authenticity of your coin. After your coin is graded, it will be assigned a value based on its condition and rarity. Once you have the official grade, you can either sell it through an auction house or to a reputable coin dealer who specializes in rare error coins. Now, you might be wondering, why are collectors willing to pay such high prices for coins like the 1997 off-center penny? The answer lies in the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins. Collectors value rare coins because they represent a unique part of history. A coin that has been misstruck in a specific way tells a story of imperfection and artistry. Coins like these are prized not just for their rarity, but for the historical context they hold. A mistake in the minting process means that there's only one or a few coins in the world with that particular error. That's what makes them so desirable to collectors. And because the market for rare coins is so competitive, the price can soar to astronomical heights. So, there you have it, the 1997 1-cent coin. It might seem like just another penny at first, but if you find an off-center version, you could be sitting on a treasure worth $70 million. The value of these rare error coins is driven by their rarity, condition, and the high demand from collectors. If you think you found a rare 1997 penny, or any other valuable coins, it might be time to get them appraised. You never know, you could be the next person to discover a fortune. Thanks for watching today's video. If you've ever found a rare coin or want to learn more about numismatics, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell for more awesome content on rare coins and treasures. Until next time, happy hunting! See you in the next video.